Okay. This is actually take 3 of this. I've gotten into the lotto twice now. First time I got all the way up here. Can you see that? You see that? To 9. And I figured out I'm at 11. And then I was doing the second one, and I forgot that I had put Pat and Dad in there twice. And I did the first draw, and it was Michael McHugh, by the way. And realized that was unfair because, well, I'll post the second take up because it's real short. The first takes like 12 minutes. I was almost done. So I'm going to speed through this because I'm just tired of doing it now. All right. Draw names out of the bowl. And if we have all of our players return next year, we will not do this. Based on where you finish in the season, you will have the selection option from that ranking. So if you finish 3, the first 2 players get to pick where they want to go in next year's draft, and then you get the third pick to pick where you want to go in the draft. Hope that makes sense. We're not doing that this year because we don't have all the same players. Simple enough. All right, let's stir this pot and get this thing rolling. Getting stirred. All right, with the first pick. That's funny. He was the first pick last time. Nikki's here verifying everything. Michael McHugh, out in Texas, in the Houston area. Michael's always good at fantasy. I always get good, solid knowledge during the holidays when he flies down. It's the only time I really get to see him. It's unfortunate. He's a Cowboys fan. That's a funny team to like right now. All right, Michael, pick 1. Pick 2. Anytime you hear that noise, I'm stirring the pot. That's samurai writing, by the way. I did it for every name, even though it's obvious that that's what it is. Adam Martin with the second pick. Adam has been in the league since its inception. Probably not. Adam plays a lot of fantasy. He's the only one here I know that plays year-round fantasy, which is insane. You would think that would make him a number cruncher from hell. He's just an idiot. He generally finishes low. Nah, that's not true. He finished pretty good last year, I think. I'll be basing what I say off of my recollection from last year, and my recollection is my memory is pretty okay. So. Third pick, Lobster. All right. Dad, a.k.a. Pat. Dad won the league last year. No one really remembers it. It wasn't a big deal. He won last year. In last year's draft, Dad wanted. I asked Dad. I just inquired what his thoughts were about me having the second pick and drafting Antonio Brown, second overall. He called me a fanboy. He said I was stupid, and you know why you're doing that, and that's just so dumb, and you're so stupid. And then, who was the best NFL player or fantasy player last year? Antonio Brown, who's projected to go first this year. Antonio Brown. I've been trying to tell him he's the best receiver in the league for 2.5 years. When he started to really catch fire like 3 years ago, he denies it all the time. But what do? You know, you can only tell him so many times. Should have listened to me. Pot stir. Pick 4. Taylor Combs. Still have only seen Taylor like twice in my life. Historically, Taylor is terrible. The worst one in this league, getting me payments. this year I did the little payment tracker on Facebook so that we could all be mad at the person that was halting the league instead of me just trying to email and text and Facebook them and, be that guy. Anyway, that strategy was implemented because of you, Taylor, and I'm sure it's going to spread like wildfire, and other commissioners will be doing it all around the earth. Don't remember how Taylor finished. It was probably somewhere in the middle, maybe lower middle. Pick 4, Taylor Combs. Pick 5, newcomer to the league, David Bell. David's a friend of mine. Y'all won't know him. David runs the other league that I'm a part of. It's the only other league I play. I won it last year. I don't remember how I did in this league, but I won that one. It wasn't hard. He still plays. They still use the ESPN fantasy format, which if you've ever used, it's awful. You couldn't use a worse format to try to select and put in players. It's terrible. Anyway, this year will serve as the commission revival of that league in terms of getting the right format in, I guess. I wrote it. I meant to go for the drink. All right, pick 5, David Bell. Stir. Pick 6. I wanted to go a little later. Yours truly. What can be said about last year's season other than it happened and I was there for it? The projected winner of this one favored, 50 to 1 odds in Vegas. Expect a massacre. Don't rely on mercy. There won't be any. Won't inquire information from my father anymore because his information's bad. Pick 7. What, babe?
Nor will I blink ever.
Colin Brown. Colin is a friend of mine, Jim. Colin is now in Cleveland. If he isn't hanging from a railing by an extension cord yet, he surely will be by the time his fantasy season is over. Taylor will have to crack me up. Colin's excited about this league. He always presses me to get this video out and get the draft order so he can start setting his chessboard of fails up. We'll see how it goes. I don't have that in ego anywhere. It stays here. Alright, pick 7, Colin Brown. Sasha. Sorry, Colin Brown was a high school dude. Okay. Pick 8. Yes. Jeff Schwizano. Jeff's team was, I think it was terrible last year. I'm almost positive it was awful. Because I see him twice a week, and during NFL season, that's mainly what we talk about. We were always, I don't remember how I was, but I know he was always just in the dumps. Just a black hole of a dump. It's not because he's dumb. Jeff's pretty darn savvy in his brain elements. Should have a comeback year. Jets fan. Kind of another team that's just funny to watch. Alright. 9th pick. Andrew Lestrapes. Hey, you got anything to say about Andrew? I had to redo the video. You did Andrew. Can you give him his advice? Yeah.
Lestrapes, it's me. Listen. Joe Montana also known as Joe Big Hands Montan. And it's not because he's jerking his dick all the time, but he can whiz a football down the old grass field at about 100. And if you choose to pick him, your point system will expand. And the point system is the name of the game here, and that's what I highly recommend. Also, King Griffey Jr.'s really. He got a new. Let's just say he got a new pair of shoes, and he's ready to go. So,
Rare insight from a true insider. Andrew picked 9. I still have not ever hung out with Andrew. Maybe that'll change one day. I don't think I have. I just see him with my brother. I'm like, God. Alright, pick 10. Ben Williams. Ben typically has the best fantasy names. That's very obvious in the league. He won it twice in a row. He mentions that quite a bit. Always makes interesting running back picks. He'll pick some. Babe, what are the people that live in the igloos? Eskimo. He'll just pick an Eskimo for running back and try it out. Sometimes it pays off. Probably gonna have a bounce back year. Who cares? He's just trying to get him to do this video with me, just because 2 voices are way better than 1. He's kind of funny. Couldn't make it happen. He's in Denver at the moment, running amok on the dispensaries. I hope. All right, 2 more. That was number 10. Ben at 10. And at 11, Steven Burns. Tay, you're there. You got anything to say to Steven? Steven Burns?
Steven Burns. Well, what we have here, Steven, is a game that's built on trust, and they typically want the players that are the best. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Good. Lucky you, Steven. Getting the high mind output there. The real knowledge. Alright. Last pick. I don't have to shuffle it. Old Mitchell. Mitchell Worth. None of y'all know Mitchell. I haven't seen Mitchell in a year. I hope to see him again one day. Mitchell, one year you did an auto draft or something weird because you couldn't make the draft. You can't do that this year. Make sure that doesn't happen. That's all I can really bring up. Mitchell sends his checks right away. You guys could learn a thing or two from Mitchell. All right, so there it is. There's the order. I'll read it again one more time. First pick, Michael. Second, Adam. Third, Dad. Fourth, Taylor. 5, David. 6, moi. 7, Cullen. 8, Jeff. 9, Andrew. 10, Ben. 11, Steven. 12, Mitchell. There it is, folks. The draft happens, it's 6:30, I think. It might be 6. It's on the website. Also, if you haven't read about, God, I'm just not. What am I trying to say, babe?
I'm not listening, babe. I don't know.
the way we're doing waiver wires this year is there isn't actually a waiver wire; it's a waiver auction. Okay, so you'll get $100 at the start of the season, and you will do a blind bid on players. Okay, so for example, if a running back comes up and you want them, you can either you don't have to put anything on them. You can just try to get them for free. But know that 11 other people might be trying to bid on them, and then you, of course, insert a value that you think is higher than everyone else's if it's worth it to you, blah, blah, blah. But you get 100 for the season. If there's a tie, let's say both players try to buy someone for $10, it is then based on the order of the wire, so who's ever up next. So that'll be a big change this season. I thought we might be making one other that someone brought up online, but now I can't remember, so it doesn't matter. Myself, Ben, Adam, and my dad, Pat, will be at his house Sunday. If you're in the area and you want to come do the draft with us, you want to step into that jungle, go ahead. Just let us know. And should be it, folks. Get a team name up and get ready to rock your socks off. All right.